Welcome to this week's edition of Mountain Outhouse News. I'm your host, Jam Jam. This is the craziest shit to happen in running this week. This week's stories include Dipsea results, a marathon stroller win, and new course record at Kettle Moraine 100. The 111th Dipsea race took place from Mill Valley to Stinson Beach over the weekend, and it was historic in a number of ways. First being 28-year-old race winner Eddie Owens, who last year in his debut at the race, had the fastest overall time of the day, placing fourth. This year, he took the win in 48:35, being the first person in their 20s to win since Carl Jensen in 1966. Coming in second was Patty O'Leary, 77 seconds back, and third was 38-year-old Clara Peterson. There were 4 women in the top 6, something that hasn't happened since 1992, including Stephanie Howe and 2-time winner Chris Lundy. I've heard of plenty of races in the Lake Tahoe area, but not necessarily the Reno Tahoe Odyssey Relay Race. This event, which travels 178 miles from Reno to Lake Tahoe and back, features 36 segments. Prominence Health's 11-person team set a new course record this year in 16 hours, 40 minutes, 35 seconds, which is a 5:37 minute per mile pace. Although stroller pushing running records aren't anything new, thanks to the likes of Cal Neff, Michael Wardian, and others, outright winning a marathon while pushing a kid is pretty wild. That's exactly what Lucas McAnany did at the Buffalo Marathon with his 2-year-old son aboard in a time of 2:33:32. He's been pushing his son since the beginnings of the pandemic. The U.S. team competing at the IAU 100K World Championship in Germany on August 27th has been announced. 6 men and 6 women were selected, including Sarah Cummings, Kaylee Demergen, Anna Cassius, Nicole Monet, Elizabeth Northern, and Courtney Olson for the women. On the men's side, we'll see Zach Bevan, Chris Brown, Jeff Burns, Craig Hunt, Eric Lipuma, and Rajpal Panu. The USATF Mutt Council selects the team with some auto qualification slots, and the rest based upon top performances throughout a qualifying window. In more Transcon running news, we have an update on @GregRunsFar, who is currently well over halfway into his run across the United States from the Atlantic to Pacific Oceans. He's planning on a 3,071-mile route while raising money for the Run Far Foundation. As of today, he is on day 51 in Montana and will finish up in Ocean Shores, Washington soon.
Hello from Custer National Forest in Montana. Really nice day 51. We had blue skies a lot of the day, minimal rain showers, and no crazy weather, which is the first time we can say that in Montana. So pretty smooth day, 40 miles, a lot of climbing at the end, which is a big taste of what's to come in Big Sky Country. But feeling healthy, feeling happy, crew is just crushing it. We're having a good time. Woo!
I was keeping a close watch on Pete Kostelnick's preparations for a couple of epic runs coming up this year, including running 50 miles in 50 states in 50 consecutive days, followed up by running across all of Australia. Pete was first prepping for the Badwater 135 by moving to heat-stricken Phoenix, but recently announced on his Instagram page that his plans have changed and he's taking a step back this year to rest up instead. He's decided to scrap his plans and pull out of the rest of his planned races and journey runs for 2022. Best of luck, Pete. I'm sure we'll see you back. We have an unfortunate update to El Matador's attempt on the Pacific Crest Trail FKT. He had to end his attempt just 4 days in after contracting E. coli from an untreated water source on day 1. He was sick and throwing up, unable to keep anything down for more than a few minutes. Certainly no way to start something as daunting as the PCT.
Just a little sample of what's going on. As soon as I eat even small pieces of food or drink even water, I start getting this belching and dry heaving because my stomach just doesn't want to take anything. And I've tried for 4 days now to do this on very minimal calories, and it's not how it works.
He reports he is resting up and will restart later this week if all systems are go. The Kettle Moraine 100 took place in Wisconsin, and we saw some fast times on the ladies' side. Michelle Magagna of Michigan destroyed the course record there by over an hour, with the overall win in 16:58, 20 minutes ahead of men's winner Reese Slobodnik of Wisconsin. Jasper Halekis was second in 18:09 and Chris Tyson third in 18:17. More fast ladies followed, with Andrea Larson placing second in 18:51 and Anna Curtis third in 20:26. Both ladies were in the top 10 this year and top 10 all time. The inaugural Ring the Springs 100 went off in Colorado Springs on a record hot day. There were 28 starters who took off into the mountains towards Pikes Peak, topping out on Mount Rosa as the high point of the course, above 11,500, and then finishing off with a tour of the trails and parks encircling the entire city. Elizabeth Schell was your overall winner in 25:36, followed up by first male Jesse Jones in 26:54. There were a total of 13 finishers. The Broken Arrow Sky Race takes place this weekend in Palisades, Tahoe, with a huge prize purse and a total of 6 races this weekend, including a VK, 11K, 26K, 52K, Kids Race, and the new Iron Face Challenge, combining uphill and downhill run segments, and a Via Ferrata in the middle. I'll be on hand to witness it, and there will be live streams of both the VK and 26K to enjoy. The races will be stacked, and 90 athletes in total are taking on the Triple Crown Challenge of running the VK, 52K, then 26K in a weekend. We end this week on an abruptly sad note as we reflect on the sudden passing of ultrarunner legend Mark Godale on June 13th. Mark ran his first ultra at age 24 in 1994 and would go on to finish Western States 7 times, and was the 1999 Ultra Runner of the Year. That year, he would set the U.S. 24-hour road record at Olander Park with 162.4 miles. He had a plethora of wins over the years at various distances and races, including the Burning River 100. This year in 2022, he ran and finished his 29th Boston Marathon. Thank you for tuning in to episode 205 of Outhouse News. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe. And if you'd like to support the show, please join Steep Life Media on Patreon, where you'll enjoy bonus content each and every week. If you'd like to own this custom pair of Jam Jam's one-off sunglasses, which comes with a certificate of authenticity, or shop for merchandise, head over to mountainoutpost.com. We'd like to shout out by name our top level supporters. At the $100 level, Brian Sands. The $50 level, Squirrels Nut Butter, Mark Grabowski. At the $25 level, Carrie Savage, Grandpa Man, Michael Perez, Steve De La Cruz, and York Beach Runner. Finally, have a shitty week.